Today I'm at Autosport Designs in Huntington Station, New York to check out a very expensive but very gorgeous car they recently got in for sale. So let's go check it out. So here it is, a 2018 Ferrari 812 Superfast in Argento Nurburgring. The 812 Superfast is the successor to the F12 Berlinetta, and believe it or not, it has a bigger engine than the F12. The F12 has a 6.3 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine, and the 812 has a 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine. That engine produces 789 horsepower and 529 pound-feet of torque, and that power is sent through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission to the rear wheels. According to Ferrari, as of 2018, this is the most powerful naturally aspirated production car engine ever made. The 812 is also the fastest road-going Ferrari ever built, that is, with the exception of the rear-engined Special Limited Series 12 cylinders. With a top speed of 211 miles per hour, it's plenty fast, but it's also pretty quick. It can sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds, which isn't as quick as the McLaren 720S, but for a front mid-engined car, that's very quick. This car starts around $336,000, and this specific one has over $100,000 in options, most of which are carbon fiber parts, and we'll be checking that out shortly. If you're curious about the name, the word Superfast comes from the 500 Superfast, which was produced from 1964 to 1966, and the 800 refers to the metric power rating, while the 12 refers to the number of cylinders. So put that all together and you've got the Ferrari 812 Superfast. With the new car comes improved aerodynamics and lower drag coefficient values. So for the 812 Superfast, it has a mix of active and passive aerodynamics. So the front of the car is designed to increase downforce, and it includes intakes for the front brake cooling, as well as ducts to increase underbody airflow. So taking a look at what Ferrari calls an innovative aero cluster, you've got two sections here that channel air to different places. The top one sends air to cool the brakes. The bottom one increases the airflow to the underbody to reduce drag. So there's a flap inside of there that opens from about 111 miles per hour. You've got these air intakes on the hood next to each headlight that channels air through the wheel compartment, and then that air exits right here and gets pushed along the side of the car. You've got this rear spoiler here to increase downforce, and taking a look at the rear diffuser, it has active flaps that open at high speeds to reduce drag. All of the things I just mentioned make the Ferrari 812 Superfast the most aero-efficient Ferrari V12 sports car ever made. So of course this car is inspired by the F12 Berlinetta, its predecessor, but it gets all new styling cues like these air vents on the bonnet. You also have full LED headlamps, as well as quad circular taillights and a body-colored rear diffuser. So now that we discussed the performance numbers, the aerodynamics, and the design, let's take a look at the interior. So taking a look at the inside, you've got a black interior with white stitching and the white cavallino, which is Italian for horse, on the headrest. This interior is filled with leather. In fact, it barely has Alcantara. It only has Alcantara on the perforations here on the seat, but other than that, you've got leather all throughout this interior with tons of carbon fiber options. You've got leather on the doors, as well as leather on the steering wheel here on either side. You also have tons of carbon fiber with LED shift lights on the top, which is an option that costs over $7,500. You've got the Manettino dial to change your driving mode, so right now it's in sport, but you can also put it in race or wet. You can turn off CT and ESC if you want. You've got voice command to answer or hang up a phone call. You've got your windshield wiper controls here, your turn signal indicators on the steering wheel here, your high beams, suspension, so you've got bumpy road mode. So if you press this, it softens the suspension if you're on bumpy or harsh roads. And then of course you've got your engine start stop button. So pretty much everything you need is on the steering wheel itself. There are no stalks. There's only carbon fiber paddle shifters right here. But other than that, everything you need is right in front of you. So like I mentioned earlier, this 812 is equipped with tons of carbon fiber options. So basically everything in this interior is carbon fiber. You've got carbon fiber surrounding the tachometer in the center. You've also got 2 digital screens, and that's it for the interior. There's no central infotainment system. There is a passenger display touchscreen that shows you things like the current gear, RPMs, and your current speed. But other than that, you just get these 2 screens in the instrument cluster. You've got carbon fiber surrounding these buttons, surrounding the AC vents, over here in the center on the dashboard here, as well as black leather with white stitching on the upper and lower dash. You've also got carbon fiber in the center tunnel area. You've got 3 buttons here, reverse, auto, and PS. PS stands for Potenza Sportiva, and that translates to sport departure, so that's your launch control button. You've got your hazard lights button, your window switches, and a cup holder in the center, as well as some storage in the center console. I've also got the key right here, so this is what it looks like. Over here you've got some buttons to change the instrument cluster display, and down here you've got your climate control buttons and switches. Right above that you got some AC vents, and like I mentioned over there you've got the passenger display as well as an 812 Superfast badge. The 812 is quite generous with storage space. You've got this little nook here to keep stuff. You've also got that cup holder, the storage in the center console, and 18 cubic feet of cargo space behind you, which is quite large for a supercar. What makes this Ferrari so advanced is that it has 4-wheel steering, and for the first time in any Ferrari, it has electric power steering. So pair that with the magnetic dampers and the V12 engine up front, and you've got quite the driving experience. So that's the 2018 Ferrari 812 Superfast that's here for sale at Autosport Designs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.